You know what's so crazy about racism is that growing up, I was not allowed to watch The Proud Family. Like, I was not allowed to watch Sister Sister. I was not at my dad's house anyway. My parents were divorced. My mom didn't give a fuck. I was not allowed to watch The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like at my grandmother's house. We would be watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in our, this is crazy. Actually, as I'm saying this, memories are flooding back. We would be watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or That's So Raven or whatever. And we would have like a different movie on, like, programmed to the like last. Remember how you could just hit last and it would flip back? And when we heard someone walking down the hall, we would hit last and switch back over. And that's just crazy. Like, my dad, I remember also specifically, like, he hated That's So Raven because, like, the only white character on the show was, like, dumb, Chelsea. And Raven was, like, a fashion designer. Like, please, I'm not even gonna get into that. But it's just interesting to me how, like, white people don't even, super racist white people, and this was like almost 30 years ago, 25 years ago, 20 years ago. My father did not think that he was racist, but through media would attempt to, like, instill these racist ideas. Like, and I remember going to school and, like, my friends would be talking about whatever, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or the Proud Family to me, like, really sticks out. Like, I was not allowed to watch the Proud Family. Like, that was, like, a big one because it was so obnoxious. And, like, that's kind of how it was described, was like, it's not because they're black. It's just, like, those shows are just so loud. They're so obnoxious. They're so loud. And I remember being at a friend's house and being like, I'm not allowed to watch that show. Or, like, feeling like I was doing something wrong by watching it. And eventually I got, like, over it and decided that I liked things, even though people told me that, like, I couldn't like them, because, like, there was nothing wrong with it. And I remember when I turned 10 or 11, Dreamgirls was in theaters, and my dad asked me what I wanted to do for my birthday, and I told him I wanted to go to the movies and I wanted to see Dreamgirls, and I made my dad sit next to me in the theater and watch Dreamgirls. And I also remember, like, physically experiencing his discomfort. Like, he was sitting next to me uncomfortable, unhappy. I mean, it's a musical, so, like, I get that maybe, no. This is a black movie. He hated that shit. And I made him sit through it and watch it. And for that, I must applaud my younger self, because if anything, I was just trying to turn him into, like, a stan. A B stan. And I don't think it worked, but I tried.
Hi guys, welcome to yet another video. It's Ndagiri here. Thanks for clicking on today's video. As you've seen in the video, that is something that I really wanted to share with you. I thought it was really interesting for me to share, hear your opinions about it too. So we have this white woman that is literally exposing her family, and as an African, as a Ugandan, we have this thing or this culture in us that if something happens in the family, it's like supposed to be kept and be preserved so that the family is like not embarrassed, or like you don't bring out a bad picture for the family, which I think sometimes is okay, but most of the times it's horrible, because some things happen to children or to people in the family and you just have to keep quiet and not say anything about it, because God forbid you are embarrassing your family. But this white woman is coming out and exposing her dad, especially, who was really racist to black people. Like, he never liked people that look like me. And she's giving her story on how she was literally controlled to the extent of not being allowed to watch black entertainment, like That's So Raven, The Prince, Dreamgirls. Like, I'm like, but those shows were really amazing. I mean, I watched them too and they were really amazing. But for a person that is racist, they feel like their kids were going to be probably indoctrinated, I don't know. And he was like telling them to never watch those shows, to the verge of also telling their daughter not to ever engage with a black person in terms of relationship. Like, that's crazy.
Here is some other crazy shit that my racist dad said when I was growing up. 100%, he told me, I think in high school, if I ever brought a black man home as a potential romantic partner, that he would be disappointed. He didn't say, like, don't do that, but he was like, that would be really disappointing to me. When Obama won the presidency, I remember, I was literally in middle school. I was like 12 or 13. And he would I used to hate being in the car with my dad because we were trapped, right? Like we were just trapped and we couldn't get away. And like he would really utilize his time in the car with us to like lecture and like spew this hate. And I remember he was always so pissed that Barack Obama's middle name is Hussein. And I remember him being like, Ali, his middle name is Hussein. And I was like, okay, like I don't know what that, like he was always expecting us to be as like outraged as him, but like we genuinely like didn't understand. I remember one time my neighbor was a black girl. Her name was Felicia. She was hella sweet. She would come over and be like, hey, can Allie come out to play? Da 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 da. And I remember one time she had a sty in her eye. And like my dad saw it and was like, you shouldn't go in her house. Like she's dirty. Like she has, do you see that she has that? Like don't touch any of her stuff and like you shouldn't go in the house. Trigger warning. This is where it gets kind of like really bad. Like really bad. My dad didn't think he was racist, right? Because he had like a black friend. And he used to say to me and my brother, there is a difference between black people and hard R. There is a difference between black people and black people. Dress nicely, speak white, basically. Hey, stop. Have good jobs, are educated. Those are black people. I'm fine with black people. These are thugs and ghetto and would rob you and would you and that whole like super predator bullshit. Like these people are they're on drugs, they're dirty. Like that's the difference. We can be friends with black people, but like basically they're not even people. Like there was a very clear distinction in his mind and he wasn't racist because he was friends with black people. He used to ask me from a very young age if I was a Democrat or Republican. The correct answer is Republican. And he would ask me that all the time growing up. Like when I was like 10, 11, he'd be like, you're a Republican, right, Allie? And I'd be like, yeah, I don't know what that means. Like, but it was this super early indoctrination. And then specifically, I remember, this was when I was in high school, at the Thanksgiving dinner table, he called people in the Middle East sand N-word. And like, I was like, Dad, that is so messed up. Like, what are you saying right now? Like that, do not say that. Like, what is wrong with you? And he was like, what? They are. And it was just like, it was bad. It was really bad.
Shut up.
No.
Can you shut your mouth for a minute?
No.
Because I actually work in the ghetto. I see the people.
Do you know why they're in that
I
position?
see these people.
Do you understand the systematic
They
and
get all
historical
kinds
reason
of
for why they're in
chances
that
and
position?
They don't care. All they want to do is be ghetto.
No.
Yes, there's
No.
some that don't, and there's good people.
No.
And then there's most of them just want to suck off the system or do something bad like drugs or gangs. And that's all they
have been oppressed. They have not been given the same opportunities you have had.
Yes, they do, and there's plenty of black people.
No, they don't, Dad.
There's plenty of
And you not
minorities.
recognizing that as an issue is the reason why it's still continuing today.
I see them all over. There's all kinds of successful people that are of color. It doesn't matter what color, brown, white.
But it's a
orange,
lot harder for
yellow.
them to get to that
It doesn't
position.
matter. When they do, they're fine. But there's always filthy animals. And that's
You're calling people of color black animals. You're calling them animals.
I'm talking. You didn't
Are
let me
you
finish.
kidding me?
You didn't let me finish.
That's not
I'm
okay.
talking about the
No matter
too.
what, that's not okay. No matter what, it's not
is
okay.
okay.
Racism is not okay. Why do you think that racism is okay?
Oh, that's mine.
Billy, I'm gonna look at.
mine.
No, I'm looking at
That's
statistics
my
right
medal. I
now.
gotta get a necklace.
Your statistics they can be warped. Statistics can be warped. You want me to show you videos?
Why are my?
Do you want me to show you videos of cops? I will do
why
it.
is statistics wrong?
Because they can be warped. I'm not giving statistics right now. They can be warped. Personal experiences can't.
No, because this is actually putting it into play. When you
Do I need to show you a bunch of videos of cops attacking protesters, peaceful protesters?
listen to this. This is the number.
You mean I'm informed and educated?
You're not though.
Yes, I
You're
am.
one-sided informed.
Mom, I was watching political stuff and you said to turn that off because you don't want to hear about it. That means that I am educated on it and you are not.
I'm sick of hearing it.
The fact that you can have that ignorance, ignorance for the majority is bliss.
Okay, so-
Ignorance for the minority
So I'm
is
looking at statistics
destruction.
that are wrong. This is just pure wrong information out there.
Just give me the statistic.
In 2017, 457 white people were shot to death by the police in the United States.
Okay.
223 were black.
76% of the population is white. 13% is black.
I
If-
get that.
If they were being killed at the exact same rate by police officers, the rate of black people being killed would be 8.9. But it's not. It's 24%. The rate of white people being killed should be about where it is. So they're being killed at a higher rate. There's more white people, meaning that the amount of people killed by cops who are white would be higher.
The reaction of the person. I'm not saying
Because
it's,
they're
I'm
tired.
not saying it's
They're tired
right.
of being treated
I'm
that
not
way.
saying it's right.
Good.
But if they started teaching them that this is the world that we live in, you don't want to be killed. Why do you think your friend's father taught him that?
So that
that
his
he-
black son doesn't end up dead like Tamir Rice.
Because he doesn't want him to grow up with a chip on his shoulder
He
that
doesn't
no
want his
police
black son to end up dead.
Exactly.
That's not okay. Why do you think that's okay?
Because
Why is it something that you're okay with? Why is that a reality that you're okay with?
I'm okay with it.
But you are.
No, I'm not. I'm
So
saying,
stand against it. So stand against it. If you're not okay with it, so stand
you wanna know
against
when I'll
it.
stand against it? When the black people in the ghetto stop carrying an illegal weapon. When the black people in the ghetto stop murdering each other.
I'll start caring about cops when they stop killing black people.
I'll start caring about black people when they stop killing cops.
Hi, I'm Kylie, and here are the top 5 ways that hatred is passed on in white families. This is definitely a topic that not a lot of white people like to talk about because they prefer to stay race neutral or at least not air their dirty laundry in public, but I do have some things that I want to say. The first way that white people pass on hatred to their kids is literally at the dinner table. I can't even tell you how many times I'd be at another white person's house growing up, and their mom or dad would say something racist and look to their kid like they made a joke and wait for the kid to react. So in that way, the racist remark serves almost as a point of bonding between the parent and the child. The second way that it's passed on is in sports, especially if a white family or a white team is playing against a team that is primarily people of color. White people will say racist things. Did you see that defender? She was really aggressive, and other microaggressions that get passed on to the child. The third way is by discouraging their children from being friends with people of color because of certain innate qualities that they may have. Number 4, moving their kids to an all-white suburb. Number 5, praising celebrities and politicians that are racist.
I've seen quite a number of people come out and talk about how racism is taught, which is clearly is taught. Because I mean, I always tell you also, the way we were indoctrinated to believe like America or the West is the best nation ever through media is the same way I would say palmed children are also indoctrinated in the same way to feel like they are superior than anybody else. And if this person is coming out and talking about this, on how her father was literally showing her openly like he did not like black people and he did not want his child to associate with black people, that is a person that is inciting violence. Okay, not even inciting violence, that is a person that is planting a bad seed to the new generation that we are not supposed to be together in any way, like we are different kind of breeds. And it's just crazy because if you, like, for example, I'm going to use my baby right here. If I start saying things to this child who is this age, they are going to grow up having a different mentality depending on what I'm teaching them. So charity begins at home. Whatever that you are taught in the house is most times probably how you're going to act when you come to society. So all the people that have really been showing that are really racist to black people or people of color, I assure you most of them are the older age, because I would say in this age of today, there's a little bit of change. Like, people are trying to learn and understand what is actually happening or what is going on. Like, we need to do better as Pan people. We've been doing this to other groups of people, but when it comes to the older generation, they are the worst today. Like, those beings just need to be eliminated. Like, I'm sorry to even say that. Older white people are a problem in America. I mean, look at Trump. Look at his age. I don't think, okay, maybe his son is the same, but I don't think his son is too much as him. So when they come out, like this white woman is coming out and talking about this like issue, it sparks conversations within them as a people. And this is why I really like when I see Pan people come out and talk about these issues, because it just can't be me as a black person, other people of color coming out and talking about racism. When they don't like come out and tell us their stories, the more they talk about it and call it out, the more we are going to be a better like society, a better nation, a better world, because accountability needs to be taken in. The fact that these people are literally teaching hate to their young children, we are never going to be a people. Like, that's just reality. So I really appreciate people that come out, Pan people that come out and call out their own. It's really important. This is a fight for everybody, not just us to come out and, you know, be talking about these issues. And every time we do talk about these issues, at times, or most times, we are seen as a problem. Like, we are over nagging, we are over talking about these issues like it's not a big deal, which is, I find that, you know, ironic. Like, what do you mean it's not a big deal? Because I mean, if I teach my child not to like certain things and they grow up not liking certain things, I'm the problem. Literally, I'm the problem. And yeah, I just really wanted to share this video. But yeah, let me know in the comments, do you think all of them are a problem, or is just something they are teaching the young generation to have that kind of hatred, so that probably the white supremacist, you know, energy continues in the world, which is ironic because the world is changing. I don't think it's something that we are going to accept to, you know, continue happening. I mean, I'm never going to shut up on talking about these issues. Like, I don't think so. So I'm pretty sure I'm planting a good seed to, you know, the young generation to be able to speak up and fight for our rights as black people, as African people, as, you know, people of color. At the end of the day, we are all in the same box. So I really appreciate these people coming out and talking about these issues. It really means a lot to me. Guys, that is it for me in the video. As I said, let me know in the comments what do you think about what she was saying, exposing her family. Like, it takes a lot of courage. It really does take a lot of courage. She could be disowned, but at least she's coming out and yeah, talking about these things, because it is necessary. It is necessary. Guys, that is it. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate your time. I'll see you in another video. Bye.